Now, the Kenya Ports Authority says by the end of the year, the country will have 6 ports to service cargo, with President Uhuru Kenyatta expected to launch Port of Lamu and Kisumu in the next few weeks. Mercy Milanoe got an opportunity to speak to the Kenya Ports Authority Managing Director Daniel Manduku on progress of the expansion of the ports.
We are at the port of Mombasa, the second terminal, where we're here to see the progress being made as far as the efficiency of the port is concerned, keeping in mind that ports play a key role as far as trade, not only in Kenya, but also for the rest of East Africa is concerned. Now, to give us more details as far as the performance of the port and also the capacity that it can handle and the upcoming projects that are in place, including even the internal ports, that is Naivasha and Kisumu, I'm now joined by Daniel Manduku, who is the Managing Director of Kenya Ports Authority, to tell us more. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's take a look about the Port of Mombasa. Compare the capacity like 5 years ago and now.
Today, the Port of Mombasa can handle up to 2 million TEUs in terms of installed capacity. TEUs simply means 20-foot equivalent units, that is in terms of container traffic. Where we are today is a container terminal number 2, which has got a capacity of 550,000 TEUs, and we are expanding to phase 2, which will have an additional capacity of 450,000 TEUs. So this part will have a capacity of 1 million TEUs. The old port, the old side, that is terminal number 1, has an additional capacity of 1 million TEUs. So total, give and take, we are at 2 million TEUs. The forecast for demand in the next 10 years is much higher than that. And so that's where we are doing rapid expansion. The port is experiencing the largest expansion program today. And also, we have got the most modern equipment. You can see the ship-to-shore gantry cranes, the rubber-tired cranes, the rail-mounted cranes. They're the most modern equipment that we have. In terms of ship turnaround time, this vessel, as big as it is, will leave here within 48 hours, because in the port, we've got what we call the fixed berth window. So you come in at a particular time and you must leave within 48 hours. A year ago, we were 23 days average dwell time. We don't have any ship waiters. And so, the last 1 year, the Port of Mombasa has not suffered from what we call a vessel delay surcharge, VDS, which is a punitive charge that ports are levied when they are not able to allow ships to come alongside.
How much are you being charged for if the ship waits?
It's pretty punitive. I think it's $20,000 a day or something. So if it waits for 2 days, you can see the numbers. And the Port of Mombasa was actually paying that 10 years ago, 5 years ago. But today, in the last 1 year, there has not been a single vessel delay surcharge.
Speaking of rail, there's a lot of debate as far as the notice that was given, to transport all containers via SGR, and right now we have a lot of negotiations going on. And from what the stakeholders were saying from transport and the rest is that we have a WTO assignment that we need to find the most effective way, but not to be confined to SGR. Probably maybe for business people, what's the difference in terms of efficiency when you transport your containers directly by SGR and by using road?
I think we have to look at this debate holistically. I'm telling you that within 8 hours, your cargo is in Nairobi. We are taking 5 million tons per year by SGR. The standard gauge railway is having 5 million tons a year. The port is receiving 32 million tons every year. We've got bulk cargo. Save for fuel, which is about 8 million tons, we've got 20 million tons that go by road, both to transit markets, Mombasa markets, and even Nairobi markets. And so, I think the question is, there's a cake for everyone. But don't forget, there's also the last mile. The train will not go to your doorstep. It will deliver the cargo at the inland container depot. So the truckers have the option of doing the last mile. We've talked about Kisumu and the inland dry port of Naivasha. Those are all opportunities for truckers. But as far as we are concerned, we know that the standard gauge rail is a government project, national priority, efficient, and the cost is actually lower than the truck costs. Because I can give you those costs. We've done comparative analysis of all this. And we must support the standard gauge rail. And it's not for bad measure It is for the good of the country because this is a government priority.
Lastly, during the stakeholders forum that you had in Nairobi, the CS for transport really emphasized on, ensuring that the KP is managed well and everything is streamlined in order to maintain professionalism and achieve, as you say, the Big Four agenda. What are some of the things that you're looking forward to do in the long term to ensure that, whether it's management or it's staff, that everything is put in line so that KPA does not find itself on the other side?
I think the first thing is governance structures, especially management, compliance with the law. The second thing is be customer focused. That we are doing all this because we have customers, and the biggest customer to us is the public, and that we are responsive. The third thing is operational efficiency, what you can see here, where our equipment is used well, and that we derive value for money in everything and every aspect that we do.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. We were speaking to Daniel Manduku, who is the Managing Director for Kenya Ports Authority, as far as the journey through the Mombasa port and also the targets and the achievements that have been achieved. And of course, right now, what is expected is, of course, the Lamu port, which is expected to streamline trade and, of course, in terms of from international trade and also regional trade, and also ahead of the launch of the inland ports of Naivasha and Kisumu, and especially, of course, the Kisumu one, which is expected to open up not only the lakeside region, but also streamline trade within the East African region. We are camping here in Mombasa, and of course we'll be here to keep you up to date and to give you a more comprehensive report in our subsequent bulletins. My name is Mercy Milanoi in Mombasa County.
Thank you very much, Mercy Milanoi, for that report. Now, moving on, the Kenyan shilling is in the spotlight as diaspora remittance drops for a second straight month amid pressure from the demonetization of the old 1,000 note that has raised liquidity in the market. Diaspora remittance, which accounts for the largest share of Kenya's foreign inflows, have grown significantly in the last 2 years, offering an important defense for the shilling against the dollar. Now they have however been on a slide in July and August following the expiry of the tax amnesty offered by the Treasury to Kenyans holding wealth abroad to repatriate it home in June. The slower